Well, good morning, slash afternoon, slash evening, slash whatever. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So it's been a while since I posted anything, teehee, but I'm back. In this video, I'll be turning this makeup into a full body drawing in pngtuber for future videos. Let's go! So usually when I am drawing a character, I start off with the full body just to get an overall feel of what I'm doing for the character itself. So this is a body paint that I did 2 or 3 years ago for 31 Days of Halloween. Now you're probably wondering, what in the flying kitten caboodle is 31 Days of Halloween? I am so glad you asked. So every year in the month of October, I post 31 days of Halloween inspired makeups. That could be from consumables to characters to their outfits to creature inspired makeups, or what I have really been doing is making my own characters, whether it be demons, angel human, Talia, come on, angel demon hybrids, and so on and so forth. So this character was originally inspired by Morgana from Bayonetta Origins, but based off of the design alone, I wanted to make her my own character, so that's what I did. So you're probably wondering, what is the name of this character? This character's name is Rengaluth, and she is the spinner of knowledge. Now, you're probably wondering, when did I come up with this crazy name? I used this website because I'm gonna tell you right now, I cannot come up with a name if my life depended on it. Nope. I'm a lost cause. You put me on the spot, I'm gonna call it Cluck Butt McChicken Fingers. And I'm so serious. Don't put me on the spot like that. I will cry in a corner. To the main thing at hand. So, before I get more into her lore, I want to talk about something else real quick. So, I have a teensy, weensy, tiny whiny, itty bitty problem. And that is that I have a few scratching head, cough, list of characters. That list right now is currently sitting at 79 and counting because I haven't even done this year's Halloween makeups yet. So you know that list is about to get longer. So I want to turn them into full body characters as you see in this video. So my idea is to make videos showing you how I turn my makeup. Here is a bunch of pictures of my makeup. Very nice, very wonderful, very pretty. And then turn them into full blown characters, like as you see I'm doing in this video with Rengaluth. So here are some of the characters that I have started and never finished. But we will finish them. We will. But I don't just only want to do just full blown characters like what you see here. I want to turn them into full illustration. The character in this like pretty frame that's kind of like inspired by their overall vibe. Chibis with a cute little table and a little drinky drink, a character inspired drink, etc. So that's what I want to do as far as these videos go. I also want to go into the lore of my characters as well. Speaking of lore, here's the blurb. When I made Rengaluth, I also like to preference and say because I made a tiny itty bitty mistake. So the blurb that I'm about to read is actually under a different character that I didn't mean to put this under. It was a mistake. So I will fix that character's actual name and give them new lore. But that's a character for a later problem. So here's the blurb. When it comes to anything with knowledge, look no further than Rengerloot. They are always looking for new things to learn and expand upon. The more they learn, the more it will help out with residents of Moonlight Hollow. I will get back to that in a second. Many come to Rengerloof for helping with problem solving such as poisonous plants, new species that are discovered, etc., etc. But with having all this knowledge comes with a price. In exchange for learning from Rengerloof, you must give them something of interest that will help expand their already vast knowledge. Since they are very knowledgeable, you gotta give them something. You gotta give something that's gonna tingulate their brain. You can't just be like, hey, the sky is blue, because she will bombastically side eye you and be like, what is wrong with you? Don't piss me off. Tiki. Okay, so now that you have the lore of Milady, now we're going to talk about what went into the process of making her outfit. So, obviously, because the spinner kind of spiderweb design on her neck slash chest is very important to her design, I wanted to add it more throughout the design, hence why it is on her tummy and her hands. I was going to put it on her leg, but when I thought about it and envisioned it in my head, I was like, no, me no like. Me no likey. I don't think it would have worked. So I didn't. But I did want to give her fairy wings. So I indeed give her fairy wings. They came out very cute. So I also wanted to go for a very ethereal fairy like look because she is a fairy creature of some nature. So when I was going through Pinterest, I pretty much looked up ethereal jewelry, ethereal dresses, just to generally give the overall vibe of what I wanted for the outfit. So here's the mood board that I used for coming up with the outfit. And these are just references. I never copy anything one to one when I do this. It's just to give me a general vibe because I'm not used to drawing crazy variety of clothing. So I like to make myself uncomfortable by drawing something that I've never drawn before to find a new comfortable and getting comfortable with drawing said subject, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I hope I don't sound silly. Whatever. If I do, I do. Well. So for the general process of how I do my full body drawings is I go in with the body, then do the any type of markings that they have on them, go in with the outfit, face, hair, anything else like horns and wings, and then that's usually the base sketch. Then I go in with the line art, and then we go into base colors. Then we add, the ombres because I'm a sucker for an ombre. My characters will always have some type of ombre within their design, whether that be their hair, some part of their clothing, their skin. Something's getting ombre'd. I just can't help it. I just like me a pretty ombre. Now, after all of that, then we go into rendering. So, rendering, there's really no rhyme and reason to my method. Usually I start off with the shading, so I'll go in with the multiply layer with a very desaturated grayish purple to do the base shading. Then I'll do another one just to get any deeper shading that needs deeper shading. Then usually after I do that, I go in with rendering the hair. So the way I render hair is pretty simplistic. I add these little spiky thingamajiggies at the bottom of the hair. I don't know, that's just what I do. I really have to think about like my process, and explaining it is very weird, but we'll get better with practice as I yap more. So afterwards, then I usually go in with the airbrush tool and do this weird not ombre but like highlight. So for her, I went in with this muted yellow. Why I went in with the yellow, I usually don't have a rhyme or reason. I just usually choose a color that would just stick out on the hair. That's just not a usual conventional color for highlighting and shading. I don't know how I'm explaining this. I know I sound dumb diddly dum dum explaining this. I am sorry. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do. Then I go in with the little highlights with the halftones. I really enjoy adding halftones. I honestly started doing it when I did a study of Mika Picasso last year while I was stuck on bed arrest because last year I had done fumble and bumbled and may have fractured my tibia and fibula in my ankle. Tee hee, that was great. It was not. I was very bored and very sad. If I didn't have drawing, I would be even more bored and sad. So ever since I did that study, I've incorporated halftones and then just started playing around with color in general more than I usually do. Because originally I would go in with a bunch of muted colors and then add brighter colors to it. Nah, I just rip the band-aid, we going in bright, and then we'll just highlight with random shenanigans and see what works. As you see with this one, I highlighted the skin with like lighter blues, a bright magenta, a pastel yellow. Why? I don't know. Does it look pretty? Yeah, I like the way it looks. It's very pretty. Pretty indeed. Okay, so now we are on the PNG tuber part, aka my little chibi. So basically, the method in which I do this is practically the same. Draw on the body, do the outfit, the line art, base colors, ombre rendering. The biggest difference is when I render because in my usual style, I usually do a mixture of cell and soft shading. But for my chibis, I don't really rely on that as much. I tend to lean more for a cell shaded style because it's just simpler and because my characters tend to be detailed. It's my fault. I just rather go for a more simplistic style versus trying to replicate what I usually do in my regular style. So that is what we are doing. There also will be different expressions, so that's why you'll see the eyes and mouth change from here and there. That's just to make the four separate models I need in order to have like my PNG tuber move around and whatnot. Also, how this idea even came up in the first place, this lovely, lovely creator, please go give them a follow on all their socials and I'll have them linked down below in the comments. I just randomly stumbled upon her video when I was scrolling through shorts one night, and I was like, all right, we're doing this because I wanted to show people how I make my characters, and then I wanted to have like a cute little a cute little avatar while I'm yapping about my characters, and you're not just listening to my disembodied voice in the wind. So yeah, this is also the program that I will be using in order to use my model. I'll have a link for that also in the description as well. So, right now, so honestly, I'm really, really, really excited about sharing this journey about my characters and Moonlight Hollow Forest as a whole. I did say I was going to talk about that later on, but we'll just give you a blurb now because I haven't fully like done all the kinks and coils and tricks and sticks. Basically, Moonlight Hollow Forest is a forest that resides in the underworld that is a very peaceful, tranquil place. It does not appear to everybody. You have to face a trial against the 12 Clock Guardians. They're all inspired by Alice in Wonderland. And again, I will yap about this in another video when I redo the portal as a whole. So look for that in the future, just not right now. Let me get a couple of characters down first, then we'll get into that. So, with that being said, we are getting close towards the revealing part of the video. So, I hope you guys will stay and continue to enjoy this journey of my characters and my shenanigans. And with that being said, here is the reveal. And with that, she is complete. I'm so happy with how she looks. She is so stinking cute. In the future, I would like to add some poses to her so she doesn't feel as stiff as she currently is, but this is a good start, and I'm okay with that. Completely content. And I really am excited for this journey of showing you guys what my characters look like and what Moonlight Hollow will be, and I'm just excited. So be on the lookout for more of my shenanigans. And with that being said, I hope you have a wonderful morning slash afternoon slash evening slash whatever, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!